Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Meghann, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer.
You'll never believe why I was late tonight.
Oh, is it going to be something far-fetched? Did a black-eyed child intercept you?
No.
Oh.
No, it's more far-fetched than that.
Wow, that's saying something from you.
I know.
A unicorn.
No, I wanted to read another chapter in a book.
Oh my gosh.
I know. It's
Who
like
are you?
The unicorn of my life.
It's a doppelganger. You are a doppelganger.
You don't even know who you're talking to right now. Yes. Miles and I have been reading The Hatchet.
Yeah, forever.
Forever. Well, I mean, he is 6.
Oh yeah, I didn't mean to make that sound like I was judging you. It's just...
And it is me reading it. So we read a chapter a night.
Okay.
But tonight I had to read 2 chapters because we're getting towards the end.
Yeah.
Which means it's getting really good. And he didn't even want to read the next chapter. I was like, Miles, we've got to find out what's going to happen next. He was like, do we? I'm like, yeah, we do. He just dropped his hatchet.
Oh,
down in the water. This is what the whole book is named. The Hatchet. This
Has
hatchet.
He named this hatchet like Wilson and Castaway?
No, but it is just The Hatchet.
Okay.
And if you've never read it, it's got like, what is that? Look, I don't know books. It's got that little silver thing on the front.
Yeah.
What's that called? Nobel Peace Prize? Something.
No, not that, but I know what you're talking about.
It's like the equivalent to that for
authors.
Sure.
I did read it, but I was maybe in 8th grade or something.
Oh, well.
I was little.
Look, I am...
No. Again, I'm not trying to downplay
it. I'm just a little developmentally delayed when it comes to reading, and I am enjoying it a lot.
You should. It was a good book. I had to read it.
Oh, okay. Well, Miles is ahead of the game, and I am far behind the game.
Yeah.
I'm sure I had to read it at some point, but I probably did my famous move, which was to read the first chapter, read a chapter in the middle, read the last chapter, and then I could just fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
I could figure out what was going to happen.
Yeah. Let it be on the record that you're one of the best bullshitters I've ever known.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So it worked out in my benefit, but now I'm going back and I'm like, oh, turns out this author kind of knew what he was doing.
Turns out reading is interesting.
It's not too bad if you do a chapter a night. I can handle a chapter a night. Other than that, I fall right asleep.
Nora and I have been reading Harry Potter, the 5th book, I think for over a year now, and it has not been opened. I think we opened it once since before summer. Like we just took the whole summer off. No, it's awful. I'm like, please, can we just finish it? We have like 5 chapters left.
Oh no, we'll just hunker down one night.
She won't. Every time I'm like, let's read it. She's like, nah.
Oh no,
so
she's like, me.
All right, well maybe you're done. If you're done, I'm not gonna make you read it.
Yeah,
because I am not that mom that you posted me.
If you start something, you're gonna finish it. You're not that mom.
No, I'm not the mom who's like, you have to read it because I like it.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot I posted that. I thought it was funny.
No, if you start something, I'm normally like, you should probably finish up. But I mean, it's a really long book.
Yeah.
If she really doesn't want to read anymore, fine.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how I feel about the whole if you start it, you have to finish it thing.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes in some things, like chores.
Chores, sure. But like if you started like a team sport, I feel like you have to finish it. Your team is
if your team is, but like let's say you're doing some sort of independent activity.
Yeah, like gymnastics or something.
Yeah, or like you're learning to play the violin and you just get to a point where you're like, I hate it and I loathe it.
Yeah.
And you find nothing enjoyable about it. I subscribe to if it's not making you happy, let's find what your niche is. Let's not invest all this time and energy in something that's going to make you miserable.
Yeah, I can see that. I can maybe see, let's get to the recital.
Yeah, like at a certain point.
But then after that, there's no ending in violin. I mean, like, you do violin until you don't want to do violin anymore, or your parents force you into it. But, something to mark the occasion.
Yeah, I could see that. I just think sometimes there are certain things that I have to sit back and go, why do I believe that so much?
Yeah.
And do I still believe in that, or is it just something I'm doing because it's something that was ingrained in me? So it's one of them that sometimes I'm like, it'll be okay. It'll be fine. You'll be a well-rounded person if you just figure out how to focus on, don't ever let anybody down. I definitely agree. The whole team, the team part that's a great aspect, but like with career choices, if you're in a career that is making you miserable, Come on, let's do something about that.
Yeah,
There's so many other things you can go do.
I'm like the spokesperson for that. I used to have to talk myself into walking into that building.
Yeah, that's horrible. If you're doing that,
it's horrible.
It's time to look around and see what else we can do out there.
100%. Oh, I love my job now.
Good.
On my worst day, I love it.
I love it.
Yeah. Do you want to hear a fact? I'm going to use that term loosely.
Okay.
That made my child audibly gag.
Oh, interesting. A fact about people, about animals.
Okay. A lady on TikTok said, I'm a hairstylist. Then it
has to be fact.
Right. I'm a hairstylist, and I just heard this today, and now I don't know how to go on.
Ooh, a hairstyle. Something about the way hair grows?
It's hair related.
How much hair is in your sink drains or?
No, I'm just going to tell you.
Okay.
Can I just tell you?
Yeah, because this could take forever. Okay, I'm ready. Go for it.
Okay, so on this TikTok, she said, I was talking to a mortician. I don't know why. Oh. Maybe she was cutting their hair.
Okay.
And they said, we always know that the person we're working on was a hairstylist because of how much hair they have behind their eyes.
Ooh. Oh, Whitney. Oh, Whitney. Did you automatically think of Whitney?
Well, I automatically thought of anyone who's ever cut my hair and how I should never let my children do that.
Oh my gosh, like safety goggles from now on, Whitney.
Right.
Well, so wait, they'll like peel their eyelids back and see like hair up in there?
Okay, Okay,
yeah, tell me more.
Let me move forward because I told this to Sophie and she literally, like it wasn't even like fake. I thought she might throw up.
Oh no.
I was like, oh, I didn't mean to make you. And she's like, I can't handle things like that. I was like, oh, sorry. Like you can't even show her the veins in your arm. Like hold your arm out. If she can see the blue of a vein under your arm, she's like, oh, I really hate it. She's so weird.
Well, that is weird because that's just a human body.
Yeah, that's just being alive. She will never be a doctor, and that's okay.
I don't think so.
But I then said, maybe this isn't true. Should I ask Michael? And she was like, please ask Michael. Oh. If y'all need an eye doctor, Dr. Martirana, Fall City Eye Care, it's worth the trip, even if you Paula, I'm talking to you, lady. But he's in Louisville, and he's one of my best friends in the whole world. Yeah. It's her husband.
Also, I said, like Michael's super hot. He is very good looking, but I meant it like, oh yeah, that's a great recommendation. But then I reflected like, that sounded like I was like, oh yeah, get you some of that Fall City. Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, it's awkward. It's awkward now. But I asked him and he laughed so hard and said, no, that's absolutely not true.
It's not true.
It's fully impossible. I was like, oh man. I
tried. Well, now I want to ask a mortician.
Well, then
because like, how far back are we talking?
When I tried to find the video, Hank Green, who's like a very famous, I guess he's a scientist on TikTok. Okay. I don't know. He does a lot of facts. Like
an oxymoron.
He like checks a lot of facts, and he explained how it's impossible. I watched his video, and I feel comfortable with the fact that everyone is hair free in the eye department. Okay,
it is pretty gross. And
it's so gross.
You could kind of see how it might happen. So it's just believable enough.
Oh, I know.
But that's how fake news spreads, Erin.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why I finished it all in one. I started the story and then I told the fact.
Good job. And yes, you got to the bottom of it.
Thank you.
To the root of it, if you will. But I think there is some sort of weird thing that Whitney was telling me about with hair, like under your nails, or it like grows. Like you're like all of a sudden you'll get a hair like so far down there you can't get it out, and then your nail just kind of grows over it.
Ooh.
Yeah, so there is.
Then does your body just like absorb it?
Ooh. Yeah, I think so. It's something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is, but I remember her showing me or asking me. But Whitney like loves that gross stuff, like pimple popping and all that stuff. So she probably like can't. She's like, ooh, I hope I get another one of those. I'll have to ask her exactly what it is, but ew, that's gross.
Oh man.
Now tell me what you've been making me wait. To hear. You weren't going to tell me.
Okay, I will tell you the story and then we'll go on. I don't feel that bad because my story is great but short.
Okay, well, again, it's our podcast.
I know, but I just feel bad. People are probably like, shut up. Okay.
Well, then they could stop listening and go to a more factual, maybe one about morticians.
I did try to give a fact.
You tried to. It wasn't.
And then I debunked the fact.
That's true.
On Skeptical Sister. Really, I was right on brand.
You're on brand. Let's hear what the story is.
Okay, so as you know, because you were with me, not as the listener knows, because they were not. Our next door neighbors had a party, and
oh my gosh,
Yeah, it was great. Every time I was almost done with my beer, someone would put another one in my hand. So it was a fun night. It was a drunken night.
Yeah.
I really felt fine the next day, which was shocking.
Yeah, I know, especially with how many different types of tequila and everything else we had. Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. But as you all know, I am doing construction on my house that has come to a screeching halt for a little bit while we're waiting on these permits. And so there's a big footer that they have dug out, and it's about a foot.
Like a footer should be.
Yeah, it's about a foot deep, maybe a little bit deeper, and it's like kind of wide. I can leap over it.
Okay.
Ellie can leap over it very gracefully.
Okay, yes.
And it goes all the way around.
Do you leap over it when you're on all fours?
No, but I do a little graceful
jaunt.
Yes, a little jaunt over every time I have to.
I want to see it.
So I took Ellie out. I looked for the footer. I jumped over it.
Okay.
Fine. No problem.
Okay. Grace. Nothing but grace.
I don't know how long I stood out there with her. But finally it's time to come in. And I stepped down. And then the next thing I knew, my teeth were skimming the dirt.
Oh no.
I spit dirt the rest of the night. Have you ever seen those videos where they like try to like a movie where they're like, oh, this person's so drunk, and then you see like their perspective and like everything's kind of wobbly. That's what it felt like.
Oh no.
I was up and then I was face in the dirt.
Oh my gosh. I've fallen like that, like with such unexpected.
It shocked me so hard that while I was laying there, I was like, I don't know what just happened. I don't know how that happened. I had dirt on my nose. Like I scraped it off. It didn't touch hard. Like I must have stopped
just in time.
Yeah. Like a cartoon. Like, I mean, it was crazy. I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't scratch my glasses because they were right there. I don't even have a bump on my nose, but my shin is so cut up.
No.
It's ridiculous.
Oh no.
And another new trend I found when I drink too much, both times with you.
Oh shoot. What's that say?
I have lost my nose ring.
Well, now that is not my fault.
Times. When we went to the Lumineers concert, I woke up.
What did you do with it?
I don't know, Meghann. I lost it in the true meaning of the word.
Totally gone.
It's gone. Can't find it.
Oh my gosh.
The Lumineer makes less sense because I did not fall during that time. Oh. I was home with Penelope when she was sick that week, and I at noon went to go scratch my nose and was like, oh my gosh, my nose ring is not there.
How weird.
And then this night after partying, the next morning, scratched my nose, no nose ring. So now I'm wearing this big old ring.
Handful of dirt.
Just keep sneezing dirt. No, it's so weird. Isn't that bizarre?
So I have a theory about that.
Okay. I'm sniffing it up.
No, that would be like we're switching roles right for a second.
Okay.
Anthony hates nose rings.
Oh.
And your ghost, Anthony. And
he does. He thinks of me as motherly, so he probably does.
He's like, what is this woman doing? Because surely he's from before the time when mothers were cool. And or allowed to be cool. Let's say that.
Right.
They were cool always, but allowed to be cool.
Right.
So he waits until you get real drunk.
Yeah.
And he's like, she'll never know.
Oh, Anthony. Come on, dude.
Little booger.
Don't make me ground you.
It's not the 40s anymore, Anthony. Come on.
Oh, no, it was pre-40s. It was a long, long time ago.
It's not the 20s.
I think 1800s.
It's not the 1800s. Come on, Anthony. Nose rings are cool.
All right. Well, thanks. Yeah, that must be it.
I
have to go buy another stud because I like my stud better than my ring. So I have to go buy it.
I don't know. I like your ring. I like them both. Right. So your shin's going to be okay?
I mean, it hurts. It hurts still. But it's okay.
That is the worst when they're, first of all, we're like too old.
Yeah.
I'll watch kids fall.
Yeah.
And their resiliency is mind blowing. It's like boom, back up, and then they're gone. When I fall, it is like life shattering.
I know. I really almost cried. I haven't cried from pain in a really long time. And I had
and the shock of like, what just happened? Am I alive? And what is going on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Glad you made it through to the other side of the footer.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. The footer needs to get filled and put up so that
more reasons than one.
Yes. Yes,
we need to get this renovation going.
All right. You ready for some stories?
So we can quit talking about it. I'm just kidding. I was going to tell you. Do you think that Venus in retrograde, what is that? Mercury is in retrograde?
I have no idea.
Just means I'm a bitch. Because that's what I really think that's what it means.
Oh, yeah. Well,
like on Sunday,
I was bitchier.
Maybe. I don't know. On Sunday, I was like, I just felt like I had like,
You were hungover that day. That was the night.
No, I wasn't that hungover
okay.
though. Like, I don't feel like I was even that drunk when I went to bed.
Oh, I felt like I was drunk.
No, I don't feel like that at all. But that next Sunday, I mean, I was just kind of like snarky, and I kind of gave you a couple of zingers. We're having
don't
fun.
Even remember.
We're having fun playing Scrabble. But there were a couple of times
you were real salty about how good I am at Scrabble.
Yeah, I'm still kind of salty about that.
It's an unknown talent. I'm very good at it.
Who knew? Who knew?
Horrible speller. I'm so good at Scrabble.
You won both rounds.
Yeah, by a lot.
And I don't even know why we have any business playing Scrabble, but we sure tried, and you killed it. It was amazing.
You. Yeah, I loved how mad you got about it.
Oh, it was definitely pissing me off. But there were just a couple of times I was just found myself saying mean or rude things, and I'm like, that's not typically me. And then I heard on the way home that Mercury was in retrograde. I'm like, okay, it's one of two things. Yeah. Mercury or menopause.
Or Mercury, yeah, like it just makes you bitchy, maybe.
Okay.
Well, I think it makes you off your like kilter, and you're usually pretty nice.
Okay, yeah, I feel like I'm a pretty sometimes, I can throw down anytime I want to, but anyway, I don't know, just throwing that out there. Sorry, that was kind of like a prime example. I didn't have to be mean right there.
When were you mean to
me? The whole reason I just talked about it. I said
about Scrabble again?
No, before that. Why the whole reason I brought this up, it was like I just said something really shitty to you, and I can't. Oh, so you'll stop talking about it?
Oh, yeah. See, I'm so resilient emotionally. I forget as soon as you're mean to me. I'm like, when were you mean to me?
Oh, or abused? You're like, that's fine. Have I abused you your whole life? You're like, just roll with it.
I mean, I am the youngest.
You are. No, yeah, but I didn't have to say that. And also, I love hearing about your innovation. Sure. I love looking at it, but I'm like, throw that little in there. Like, why? There was no point. It's Mercury's fault. That's what I'm going to go with.
All right.
Sorry, girl. Okay, so here is a good one. I worked my Reddit magic in other words. I found it on Reddit.
Yeah, I hate Reddit notoriously.
You do, but I don't know why. It's like it comes so easily to me, which is so weird. It's very strange. I don't know. I don't know why.
Do other young people have a problem with Reddit?
Hey.
Or is it just me?
Hey, watch where you're headed. Watch where you're headed. Okay, so this person posted on our post that we had all rights to go to another post
that they posted. How many times can we say post?
I know. I'm just saying that's how many posts I had to go through to get to this post, and I did it like in 5 seconds. I'm just telling you, Reddit. I am ready for Reddit. Okay. And the title is Encountering a Shadow Person in My Childhood.
Okay.
Now, to be transparent, I've only read about every other sentence.
Okay. Did you, the song, It Used to Be My Playground, did that song jump in your head when you said something about their childhood?
No.
By Madonna?
No.
It used to be my childhood dream or something like that.
I do remember that song.
Yeah.
I really like that song.
I didn't really like it.
Oh, I love Madonna. She was my girl.
Madonna. I love Madonna. It wasn't my favorite of Madonna songs.
You can't get better than Like a Virgin, but that's fine. I remember singing that. Actually, I have VHS video of us singing that when we were like 6 years old, like belting out Like a Virgin.
Yeah, there's a Patreon perk.
For the very first time. Yeah. Oh, yeah, for real. We should definitely put that up there. It was a strange childhood we had in the 80s. Okay. This is a story from my childhood and my only encounter with anything paranormal. When I was very young, I used to visit my aunt and uncle who had this big holiday house by the lake in the forest. I want a holiday house. Is that just where you go for holidays?
In other countries, holiday is a vacation.
Oh, nice. I wonder where this person is from. The day before it happened, I was very active, lots of running, swimming, etc. Because of that, I went to bed very early and woke up the next day around 4 or 5 a.m. Oh, no. You got to push that, parents.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you give them lots of sugar right
You make that rule. You are not allowed out of your bed before the sun comes out.
Absolutely. That's amateur hour.
Also, you're reading really fast.
Sorry, I thought I was reading really good.
You're reading so good. Just slow down a little bit.
Okay, well, now I'm going to mess up left and right.
I'm going to do this. All right.
It's
really fast. I love you.
It's fine. Wish you quit talking about your Reno.
You don't take criticism well, but I do love you so.
Oh my gosh. Listen to her. Now who's in retrograde?
Mercury's in retrograde, sorry.
Okay. In this story, I was around 10 years old. The day before it happened, I was very active, lots of running, swimming, etc. Because of that, I went to bed very early and woke up the next day around 4 to 5 a.m. I remember being very thirsty, so I was looking for something to drink in my room, but I couldn't find anything, so I decided to go downstairs to the kitchen. When I left the room, my aunt's dog came to me, and I played with it for a minute or two before going downstairs. As I was going down the stairs, I could see that it was still pretty dark, but you could already see small traces of light, so it was possible to see without any lights being on. The dog was walking with me to my left. I guess that's important. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
In front of me and to my left, there was a large living room. On the right side of the wall to my left, across the living room, there was a kitchen, and on the left side of the wall, everything's on the left.
Everything is on the left.
Everything's on the left in this house. And on the left side of that wall, there was a corridor with the main door at the end of it, a storage room on the left, and a bathroom on the right.
Oh.
I'm glad there was one thing on the right. This house is leaning. As I was in the middle of the stairs, the dog started growling towards the corridor to my left, which was across the living room. I turned my head as well and saw a pitch black humanoid shape.
Ugh.
There was no face or any details like skin or clothing. It was a pitch black shape of a human facing me. It looked masculine.
Ooh.
The dog was growling and slightly barking at it. I was shocked, so I just stared out the window. Nope. Not the window. There was no window. Maybe on the left of the house there was a window, but not in that sentence. I was shocked, so I just stared at it without moving. After a moment, the shape turned to its right and walked into the storage room.
Okay. I don't want to sound like you, but how do we know it wasn't a person?
Well, give me a minute. I'm going to go there.
Okay.
No, I think they're going to.
Scared for this 10-year-old.
Well, I think they've got more.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do at first. I ran upstairs and wanted to start waking everyone up, but for whatever reason, I didn't do that. And instead, I decided to turn every single light on in the whole house, starting from the staircase light. At that age, I believed that the light would somehow protect me. Well, it kind of does.
Yeah.
If anything, you'll figure out what it is.
Yeah.
I kept turning every light on as I was approaching the storage room. And of course, I had the dog with me too. Wow, so they're going towards the storage room.
Wow, and they're
10? At 10.
Go get somebody.
Yeah, definitely. Because if anything, it could be an intruder.
Yeah.
Okay. Upon finally reaching the storage room, I looked inside, but there was nobody there. Naturally, I ran upstairs and woke up my mom and my aunt and told them everything. Of course, I was told that it was nothing but a dream or hallucination, and I probably would have believed that if it wasn't for the dog, which was growling and barking at it.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
And they were out of bed.
Yeah, they're walking around.
Right.
And then they turned on lights.
Yeah.
And the dog was growling. Yeah.
Yeah.
The next part is something that my brother told me about 15 years later after I told him about the shadow person story. My brother, who is much older than me, was also there that summer, but he was sleeping in a guest house. I mean, this place sounds amazing.
I want to go to this holiday home.
I want to go to that holiday. Later during that morning, around 8, when everybody was already outside, he was eating breakfast in the kitchen of the main house. He told me that when he was there alone, he felt what he was only able to describe as something bad or evil, and his vision disappeared for about 5 seconds.
Oh.
Like he lost vision.
For 5 seconds, it's a long time.
That is weird. He was only able to see black. When he regained his vision, the bad feeling disappeared. He apparently even went to the doctor, but there was absolutely nothing wrong with his eyes. That's weird.
How old was the brother?
It doesn't say.
Okay.
It just says the brother told this person this 15 years later.
Yeah, okay.
This was my only paranormal experience, and if it wasn't for the dog and my brother, I probably would have believed that it was nothing more than my imagination.
Ooh.
Oh, that's strange. But I think I still think it's debunkable. I think that it must have been somebody. I mean, it sounds like there's a bunch of them there.
Yeah.
Like I'm imagining one of our family vacations with friends, like a bunch of people going on holiday and all meeting up. Like I made it sound really cool.
Yeah.
Going on vacation. Oh, stupid Americans and our vacations. Holidays sounds so much more fun. But anyway, going on our vacations when we would a bunch of us would be together.
Yeah.
And in those situations, you don't really know other people's habits.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of know your families, you know, like it would, and you know their outline. So you can kind of tell who it is in that lighting. So I think maybe it might have been somebody else.
Okay.
A guest staying in the house that was up moving around. Maybe it was like somebody that wasn't supposed to be doing what they were doing. Oh, there's a little rendezvous between somebody.
Okay. Well, did that dog not like anybody who's there?
Well, I would imagine the dog would be caught off guard.
Yeah.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, but dogs like have better smell. Like they would know who it is.
Depending on the dog too. Different dogs have different personalities. Some dogs will lick you to death. It doesn't matter if you're the robber or who you are.
Yeah.
Whereas other dogs are finicky and any sort of movement will make them growl.
Yeah.
So I don't know, depending on the dog's personality, depending on if it was somebody, like, was it just your family there?
Yeah.
Like if it was your dad walking around to get a drink of water, they'd be like, hey, it's me, go back to bed, you know?
Right.
But if it were your dad sneaking with the neighbor who's on vacation with you, I don't know, you're like, I'm going to be very still and hope that nobody saw me.
But not her dad.
Okay.
She would have known, they would have known that silhouette.
Sure.
Somebody else.
Sure,
Let's
sure,
not
sure.
throw their dad under the bus. Goodness gracious.
I don't know this person. They're Reddit.
They gave you permission.
That's true. I kid. Somebody, I'm just saying, like somebody in that house, maybe even not even a rendezvous, maybe like a teenage kid, maybe the brother sneaking out to go smoke some pot, something wasn't supposed to be caught. So that's why they're like real still and quiet, like, and then they're like, I'm just going to slink away now. And then they go away. And then 15 years later, the brother's like, I'm going to double down here. I'm going to make this sound super scary.
I bet the dog wouldn't react to the brother. Your own family.
It was the aunt's dog. It wasn't their family's dog. It was where they were staying.
Oh, okay.
That family member's dog.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I forgot that. Okay, now if it wasn't the brother, explain the eyes.
Well, also there is this part. This person did see them go into the storage room. You're welcome for doing your job for you. And there was nobody in there. They went and looked in the storage room.
Right. No, but I can debunk that.
Yeah, they went got upstairs, out the window.
They went upstairs to go turn on the lights, and then start turning on the lights and go near, and they snuck out in that time.
Oh, did they go upstairs? I thought they went to the stairs and then started just turning on lights.
Yeah, but like when they were walking away, they could have snuck out.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Or
I could debunk that. You're welcome for doing your job for you. And I don't know what that storage room is like, although a window in a storage room is weird.
I've seen Stranger.
Okay. Okay. Now I want you to go back to the brother. If it wasn't him just making up stories.
A migraine headache.
Yeah, that's a really good reason. Migraine sucks so bad. And especially if you've never had them before.
Yeah.
And they can be visual. Damn it, that's really good.
Yep. And if you've never had one before, especially at at such a young age.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's scary. And so it gives you that, like, something's really wrong in this sense, in this moment.
There can be weird pressure. And then when you don't have a migraine and you go to a doctor,
there's nothing wrong with you.
Damn it. All right. That might be one of your best debunks. And you just had it ready.
I did. I was ready for it. Let's go.
That was really, really good.
Also, I'm bitchy and on point.
Okay. But the dog is what's stopping me from fully going into everything.
Oh my gosh. Marie Antoinette, which...
Gosh, I forgot about your dog named Marie Antoinette.
It also dawned on me how weird that is, because you know Marie, but just
nobody.
Let's talk about Marie Antoinette. I'm sorry, Jack and I had a dog named Marie Antoinette, but Marie.
Yeah,
Marie definitely. Marie would sit there and growl at Jack, and Jack was part owner.
Yeah, well, Jack is scary.
Yeah, true, and also probably in a werewolf costume,
right?
But, that's how he rolled.
Oh boy! All right,
just saying.
I'm blown away by how good that migraine debunk was.
Listen, sometimes I'm good. Most of the time.
Okay, so it's my turn. I'm also going to read a Reddit.
I'm ready.
I've had to look for it 3 times already because I hate the stupid website.
I love every second of that.
Okay. So my person's Reddit name is Chicken Wing Warrior.
Oh, I mean, if I could pick my name, that would be it.
I love chicken wings, and I don't think I eat them right. There's a lady on TikTok who
can just,
just like sucks them clean
and nothing left. I mean, I wonder if this
must
person.
be nice being married to her. I bet her husband is so happy.
I mean, or wife. I bet there's some things going on there. A reverse something.
I don't know about. I don't know. I don't want to get into.
If there could be an image next to like a question mark, your face would be it.
Yeah.
What? Let me think about that. Yeah. I bet there's some things I bet you could use that skill in some way. Anyway, that's getting so dirty. Okay. Let's move on.
All right. Okay. Okay. So this one says, and I message back. I don't have pronouns, and I truly don't know. So we're just gonna say they.
So like we don't know if we have permission or they.
No. They posted it on our We Need Stories.
Oh, okay.
We have permission.
Awesome.
Perfect. I just don't know pronouns. Okay. I don't know any name other than Chicken Warrior.
Oh, well, I mean, to me, that sounds like an amazing person. Either right? Way, I don't care
Especially
what your gender
now that
is.
we got into details. I'm like, hello. I'm very impressed. All right, so from Chicken Warrior.
Let's hear it.
I am 19 years old and went to go play beer pong.
Oh, gosh. Now that whole little comment about who they're married to,
they're an adult. Ooh, and I wasn't talking about them when I said it about the person on TikTok. That person on TikTok was definitely an adult.
Okay. And
I don't know their sexual interests, but I do know that they were talented. Is all I know.
Okay. Anyways, forget that 19 is an adult. Okay.
19 is an adult.
It's fine. Go ahead.
And they're probably never going to listen. This is a Reddit post.
Very true.
I was 19 years old and went to go play beer pong with my two friends who were both cousins.
You're only 19.
I know.
Chicken wing warrior.
Oh, call somebody. The authorities. They were the same age as me, and we knew each other for years since high school. Oh, they're 19.
So cute since high school.
A year. I'm not laughing at you. We're laughing because we're old.
It's so cute and we're so old.
Mm-hmm. It was common that their parents were out of town for work. So we would have the entire house to ourselves. Now it's right around midnight. We haven't even set up the beer pong table or opened any beer yet. So no debunks there.
Okay.
And my friend Aldo, whose house it was, said to hold on before we start. He had to use the restroom. So his cousin and I were just hanging out in the kitchen, leaning against the counter side by side, while he was showing me a video of this car he thought was cool. This was back in 2011. Oh, look, this was a long time ago, so they're not 19 anymore.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so now.
Yeah, you're well
like
into
29.
20s. Okay.
So the internet, 30, I think. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So the internet sucked and the video had to buffer. About 2 awkward seconds pass, and we hear a little girl's laughter. He looked at me immediately and said, "Did you hear that too?" To which I said, "Yes, where did it come from?" He was extremely scared because the neighborhood doesn't really have young kids. It's an older neighborhood, which my grandparents and aunt lived in, so I'm very familiar with it. The high school we went to was just a half-mile away too. I am a huge skeptic, so I wasn't that scared. And to be clear, the little girl's laugh was like the soundbite of a cute little girl having a belly laugh on the playground. So not like a creepy laugh, like a big laugh.
Okay.
After I replied yes, I went looking around in disbelief. I checked outside. Maybe an animal had made the sound, but nothing. I obviously looked in the room to the right and left of us. We both thought it came from different directions. Ooh,
that's weird.
I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
Then it dawned on us. Maybe Aldo was playing a trick on us.
Oh, he has been in the bathroom for a long time.
That's right. We immediately go into the bathroom he was in.
Well, hold on. Let's not first.
I mean, I don't think they do.
Ew.
And he was definitely still using the restroom and wasn't laughing or pranking us.
Oh, no. So now he's like pissed.
Right.
What are y'all doing?
Literally. We apologized and explained what happened right after he got out. One thing I would say is Aldo has many ghost stories in that house, and I never believed him. I got to admit, I cannot explain what we heard. The sound was so damn clear that I know it was a little girl's laugh. Before I left for the night to go home, Aldo stopped me at the front door, walking me out, and asked, "Hey, man, were you all just trying to scare me, or did that really happen?"
Oh, poor Aldo.
I know.
He's like, I gotta stay here by myself now.
I told him that I wish I was pranking him. It really happened, and I cannot forget it. That's the only time so far in my life something happened that I could not explain whatsoever.
Ugh.
Much scarier things have happened in Aldo's house than what I just described. Also, my aunt, who lived a few streets down, had a lot of paranormal activity. However, I only wanted to share what I personally experienced. Sorry for the format. I typed this on my mobile. No, maybe there's somewhere else too.
I love it.
Also, hit me up
if hit me up.
You're
so cool.
Well, they're 30. They're not that cool.
Okay.
Just kidding. Hit me up if I can clarify anything or give you any more details.
Oh, we'll definitely hit them up to tell them that we put them on.
I did
the podcast.
I already posted.
Nice, awesome. Okay. My first thought goes to Teddy Ruxpin.
Oh, okay. Never my first thought of anything.
Well, in this situation, I'm thinking it's a Teddy Ruxpin scenario. And if you don't know who that is,
well, then listen to a previous episode. That's been your deep.
Yep, there you go. There you go. Not going to tell you any more than that. You got to go back through our archives of episodes and listen. Okay. Teddy Ruxpin is Ruxpin?
Ruxpin. You keep saying Ruxpin.
Well, I keep correcting myself because I'm like, how do you spell Ruxpin?
I think it's RUX something.
Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay. Teddy Ruxpin. I don't know, just the spelling of it is cute.
Nothing about that cursed
toy. That bear is creepy AF. But a Teddy Ruxpin is a toy that will like record sounds that you make. So anything that you like, you can push a little button and it will record a sound. Yeah. And then it'll play it back.
Yeah.
And at first it sounds fun. Like, oh, like
his little mouth moves as he does it.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, horrible. It was like back in its day, it was like great technology. You're thinking, how are they doing this? It's like just a little Walkman inside of it, but right. Whatever. In my mind, I remember thinking, this is like a robot.
This is the future.
This is the future of the world. All my toys will be able to repeat whatever I say.
Ugh,
maybe I'm a bit of a cult leader. So I'm like, they will all listen to me. Anyway, so one time we had one and it recorded bullfrogs.
Yeah.
Making sound. And then it malfunctioned. And in the middle of the night, it came on. And it was right when we moved. And my mom, our mom, she kind of belongs to you too.
Yeah.
Freaked out because she heard them and she had to go through boxes to find this Teddy Ruxpin. Like, it was like doing the bullfrog sound. So I'm wondering if it was some sort of toy, maybe not exactly a Teddy Ruxpin, but something like that was in the house. Maybe Aldi has a little sibling, something like that. Or even
Aldo. Aldi is a grocery store.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aldi. Aldo and Aldi. I'm sorry to both of you all that I changed your names. Anyway.
Wouldn't their little sibling be in the house?
Maybe not. I mean, maybe that sibling went with them on a vacation.
It was work. They traveled for work.
Okay, maybe they don't trust Aldo with the sibling, so they send him to grandma's house. Whatever it is. Or it could be, I also thought, so I know Aldo was in the bathroom occupied, but I also know that men like to sit in there and watch videos.
This is 2011.
The internet did not exist in 2011.
Not so much on your phone.
What?
I mean,
what year? What year?
I can tell you what year iPhones came out. 2009, because I had just had Sophie, but not a lot of people had them then.
Aldo sounds very advanced.
Do you think Aldo laughed like a little girl on a playground?
No, I think Aldo was watching a video, was scrolling through like YouTube or something, and a little girl, like that sound
But it said in there, he was very much going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And I feel like.
I think he was pooping. Sorry to be so graphic, everybody, but everybody does it. They've even written a book about it. Everybody poops. I think that Aldo was taking a poop. And he was sitting there watching a video and he like scrolled on a video and a video popped up and it was a little girl laughing and he scrolled off of it. He's not thinking anything about it. And then he doesn't even remember it happening. It's like, oh, I'm not interested in that video. They hear that because it was louder than the other videos. And they're like, oh my God, the little girl's laughing. We've got to run in on Aldo. And by the time they get in there, he's so startled they're running in while he's taking a poop that he throws the phone.
I love that you keep saying taking a poop.
Well, what is
like taking a shit is like a more grown-up way of saying it.
Yes, but Aaron, listen, I'm not a big cusser.
Okay. Taking a poop.
19.
He's not. He's 30 now.
No, when it comes to bathroom humor, I get really weird about it. I don't like saying taking a shit. I feel like it's so crude.
Okay.
I do. I really feel like it's so crude.
Okay.
Or like earlier I said piss, and I was like, ooh, who are you? Don't call it piss.
You're so
and shit.
Weird.
That's so crude.
Okay. You are an adult who always will say, I have to go potty.
Yes. Yeah. And then when James and I first started dating, he would laugh every time. I'm like, what is so funny about that? Like, okay, fine. Maybe I don't take criticism, but he laughed. He would laugh. And I was like, what is so funny about that? And he was like, I've just never met a grown adult that says potty. I'm like, well, you've never met a grown adult that works with children all day long and calls it the potty. And guess what?
I have to take a poop.
And sometimes I have to take a poop in the potty. Guess who now says potty every time? James. He's like, I gotta go. Like, grown man. I'm sure he says it at work too, which is probably hilarious. Oh well.
Oh, that's great. All right. So that's your debunk. Whatever.
That's my debunk. I think that there was something else, not demonic, not ghostly, not paranormal. I think there was something else in the house, whether it was like a phone, an iPad.
So scared though. Poor Aldo.
He was. I mean, either way, that is still scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. To think that plus Aldo already is kind of a believer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's scary.
I wrote back to have Aldo and their aunt write in stories.
Smart. Very smart.
Yeah. So sounds good.
Speaking of, we need stories, friends.
Yeah.
We're down to, I mean, we have a couple that we're kind of like trying to space out because we have some repeat people that we love. Right. But, it's Aaron and Megan's podcast, not your podcast. Just kidding. We're kidding. But we're banking some of them just to kind of space them out a little bit. Yeah. We are very appreciative of every story, and we will get to them for sure. But in the meantime, if you have one that you haven't written in yet, please go ahead, send it on in.
Awesome. That sounds good. All right. Well, I have a fan favorite for you.
Oh, I'm so glad I passed the baton.
Yeah. You forgot.
Is it baton or baton?
Baton.
Okay.
Did you say baton?
I think I might have said baton. And I think I said it while thinking, don't say baton. It's not baton. It's baton.
Like a baton that you throw up in the air.
There's a lot
Do you know what word you're thinking of when you say it?
Yes, I know the exact word I'm thinking of, but there's a lot of P's and B's sounds in there. A baton.
A baton.
A baton. Did you still hear a baton? The B and the T sound together. Go ahead.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Criticism.
It's fine. I can take criticism. I know how to say baton.
You actually asked for that criticism.
Oh my gosh. Maybe for my professional growth plan, it will be accepts criticism better.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I didn't need to say anything. You're really proving my point.
No. It's just giving me something to reflect on. Just saying. Go ahead. Read away.
So you maybe forgot a little bit.
Okay. Look.
Is that what happened?
Do you hear me accepting that? You're right. In fact, I even told you.
Yeah. You said, I forgot to get a fan favorite. And I said, well, did you ever ask that one I told you to ask?
And I hadn't yet.
And you hadn't. And I'm kind of glad you did because
take it away.
This is my dear friend. You all have heard her stories. An episode is named after her and her skitters. This is Courtney.
The lovely, the one, the only, amazing.
I want to say her whole name because she has such a cute accent. And I always do my impression of how she says it, but I won't because I don't know if she wants her last name on here.
Ask her real quick.
No, it's fine. My friend Courtney, from Lafayette, Tennessee.
Lafayette.
Don't you dare say Lafayette. It's Lafayette. If you're talking about the one in Tennessee, it's Lafayette.
Yep.
So my friend Courtney, who I love, she was my roommate in college for years, and I don't get to see her very often. I went to a girls' weekend a couple weeks, like right when school started.
Oh, we heard all about it. Foot fetishes.
Yes, she was the one who's gonna really start the foot fetish, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll get on board. You figure it out, and I'll join you. But when I got there, she was like, oh, I listen to your podcast all the time. And I was shocked to hear that. So
I'm shocked too. I mean, that's so sweet, but I did not know she listened.
Me either. And she was so cute. She told everybody about it the whole time. She'd be like, "Oh, that reminds me of the story you told." I'm like, "Oh, shut up.
Really listen. Stop. I'm trying to tell the story in real life.
Right.
Live time.
So anyways, I said, "Hey, it is your turn to be our fan favorite." And she said, like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so honored, but I can't think of anything to plug. I love you guys." And we decided, back and forth a little bit. We said, we will take over. We will do a donation that we are really proud of, but we'll do it in Courtney's honor because she's the best.
Yep. We'll just talk about right now for her little segment how amazing she is.
Yes.
I mean, she's tiny, but she packs a punch.
She's hilarious.
Yeah, she's so funny.
She is so funny. She's one of my favorite people to hang out with in the whole world.
I think I've only met her like a handful of times, but I can remember every time walking away like cheeks hurting, laughing at her.
Yeah.
With her.
Oh, golly.
I meant with her. I didn't mean at her.
Do you want to say that again? Do you want me to cut that?
No, it's funny. She'll laugh. She'll laugh. She's funny. She's Courtney.
Oh, I love Courtney. Well, in honor of our Chicken Wing Warriors beer pong story, I will tell about when we were in college, Courtney and I.
Okay.
And I'm very competitive.
Oh, yes. Yes, you are.
And we were playing Flip Cup, which is my favorite drinking game in the whole world. It's my favorite game so much so that when we played when I was pregnant, I drank water just so I could participate because I love the game. I just love the race element of it.
Yeah.
And if you don't know what it is, it's when you fill a little solo cup to that bottom line with beer.
Or water if you're pregnant.
Or water if you
don't drink.
That's true. Yeah, there's no pressure. It's a fun game for anybody.
It's just a challenge, yeah.
I did hear that Penelope's teacher in first grade taught him with water because she was like, I was out of things to play. We play beer. We play flip. I don't think that's allowed. I don't
know if that's okay.
No, but anyways, whatever. Get her ready. Oh, she'll be my teammate someday.
Hilarious, yeah.
Anyways, so you fill up that cup, you fill up the bottom line with beer or whatever, and you have to chug it, and then you have to put it on the edge of the table so it hangs off, and then you have to try to flip it so it goes upside down. And as soon as your cup is upside down, the next person can drink.
It's like a relay race.
Yeah, and your whole team has to get through it first. Well, we went to a fraternity party, and she had never played before, but I had told her about it, and she was like, oh, I can't wait. We're going to play. I'm like, okay. And we get there. It's all set up. And she's like, can I be on your team? And you all listen, I've had the same body since 5th grade, and it's not little. Like I can chug some beer. I can get it down. It's fine. Courtney looked like and still looks like the cutest little cheerleader you've ever seen in your life.
Dainty, some might even say.
She's adorable. We were quite a pair as roommates. I mean, like, let me tell you how many people had to be like, no, she's got a boyfriend. Leave us alone. Golly. Yeah. So anyways, she's like, oh no, I want to be on your team. I was like, Courtney, if you're on my team, you have to chug the beer. And she's like, I can do it. I was like, Courtney, you are chugging this beer. She's like, I can do it. It's fine. And we get it there. And she's like, sip.
Oh,
I was like, chug the beer. I mean, like, I turned into the Hulk. I was screaming at her, and she's like, I'm trying. I was like, quit talking to me and chug that beer. I was so pissed. And
yeah, Erin's very competitive.
Yeah, I am, and that's my growth area. So I did scream at her, but I also had warned her.
Yeah, you did. Full disclosure.
I said, if you're going to be on my team, you're going to chug that beer. And she said she could handle it. And
she thought a sip was chug.
Yeah, she is a great person. She's not a great flip cup player. Maybe she's gotten better. It's been a while.
I'm sure she's matured in that area for sure. It was her growth area. I bet she's gotten better.
That's right. I'm sure she's a great flip cup now. And thanks to me, really.
Absolutely. You know, our cousin Bree.
Yeah.
You know, my flip cup story with my roommate Jennifer.
Yeah.
Very similar cases. Yeah. Like we looked a lot like what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I take her to Chicago to go to Aunt Marcia's house. And Bree has her entire what sport did she play? Was it softball?
Maybe.
She has her entire team, ball team. Softball.
Sports team. Ball team.
Sports team. She played on a team. And they were all very competitive.
Yeah.
And they teach us how to play this game. And I'm like, okay, but
Which was Flip Cup.
It was Flip Cup. Yeah. And I had never played it. Jennifer had never played it. I was like, it'll be fun. Come on. They were so competitive. They were like 20 of you.
I would love to play with them.
Oh my gosh. You would have fit right in. And they're screaming. At one point I look over, Jennifer's got tears in her eyes. And they're all they're cussing. Brie was always a big cusser. Drink the fucking beer. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And I look over and Jennifer, it's like about to be her turn. I'm like, she's on my opposing team. And I'm like, you got this, girl. It'll be fine. Aren't you having fun? This is fun. I promise. Aren't you having a good time? Oh my gosh. It was ridiculous. And but by the end of that night, we were like flip cup champions.
That's the most fun. Yeah. I kind of want to play right now.
I know. We should just talk that with wine. No, I have a presentation.
No, it's a school night.
We are responsible.
Now, next week is our fall break.
Hey. Oh my gosh. Let's get a flip cup game going.
Yeah,
how could we do that? Like Patreon, like some sort of.
Just anybody who's local, come over and we'll do.
Come on, let's do it.
Screw Patreon. If you're local, let's play flip cup next week.
Come on, Brooke. Come on, Steph. I bet they would be great at flip cup.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, what are we gonna donate to?
Oh God! Thank goodness. How are you gonna say? How are you gonna say goodbye? I'm like, well, shit. I haven't done that either this week. Okay, so. Courtney, thank you for being our fan favorite. Yes. As always, you are amazing.
Thank you for being one of my best friends.
And we are going to loop back because we like to give a little something. And sometimes we're like, oh, thank goodness we don't have, thank goodness nobody plugged anything because we would like a pedicure. Look, it happens. It's us. You all know us. It's fine. Most times we feel generous. Sometimes we like our feet to look good. Last week, we did not have to donate anywhere.
That's true.
But it was such a worthy cause that I think we should loop back around and go back and donate.
So last week, if you skipped an episode, why? Go back. But
right? Yeah, no, don't even tell them. They have to go back and find out. No, I'm just kidding. I am just kidding. So last week it was basically therapy. Like it was normalizing therapy. Alyssa, our fabulous fan favorite, talked about it. And then since then, it's kind of opened up this door to people talking about it on Facebook. And it really is normalizing it. Everybody's jumping in, talking about it. So
I posted a very funny TikTok about me in therapy, what I would be like.
That was hilarious, by the way. It was so funny and so true. No, it was great. So in honor of Alyssa and Courtney and all fan favorites who we all believe in your mental health and your wellness, we are going to donate to National Alliance on Mental Health. It's NAMI. The National Alliance on Mental Illness is the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization dedicated to building better lives for the millions of Americans affected by mental illness.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, so there we go. We are going to definitely donate there, but also keep the conversations going.
And thank you, Courtney. We love you.
Yes, thank you so much. And
we'll talk to you guys next week.
Do widzenia.
Check out our website at www.myskepticalsister.com to find out our P.O. Box, live show information, and write in your own spooky story. You can also join our Patreon there. $3 a month gets you weekly bonus content like my sisterly advice and extra bloopers. Plus, you get a sticker. $5 a month gets you all that and a monthly movie night with us. You can also write in directly at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and join our Facebook page.
La 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 la. This is a story from my childhood.
Sorry. You thought about it then?
I thought about my No, I thought about I made sound with my flip.
I thought you said it and then you started singing the song in your head.
There it is. Okay. This is a story from my... Now that's all I can think about, Aaron.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I read that one. No, I didn't. I don't understand it. I hate Reddit. I hate it so much.
You just go to view reply.
Okay.
Because
I haven't read that yet.
No, I know you haven't because you don't know how to work Reddit, and they just posted on our thing. They just posted. You can go to this post. You're welcome to go read the one that I posted on this page, and I went right to it.
Perfect. Good job. Shut up.
I went to bed very early and woke up the next day around 4 to 5 a.m. I don't take criticism very well.
No, you really do not.
Oh.
You get real short when I say anything, and then I'm always afraid we're going to be in a fight.
Okay. Well, maybe your criticisms are just wrong.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay.
You're doing so much better.
Thank you. Yeah, you're fine. You don't have to. It's fine. Okay. In front of me.
Nope. Sorry, I was laughing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
I know.
You do that a lot. You like to talk over me a lot.
See, when you criticize, you get feisty.
Okay, here we go.
I love you.
Keep going. Keep going. It'll get better.
I love you.
They will all listen to me. I don't accept criticism.
Oh my god.
Anyway.
Okay.
I hope everybody reads through this so that I am joking as much as you're reading through it. Don't make any sudden movements, though, just in case.
No. No, okay.
Nope. Mental illness.
Affected by
mental illness. Look what it just did. I was reading. I guess I didn't read fast enough.
Then it got creepy. You are not alone.
Everybody is criticizing me tonight, even this damn website. Like, you didn't read that fast enough.
Oh, you were reading it too fast. You were reading it so well.
No.
Oh
I accepted that and I moved on. I meant this website was like, you didn't read it fast enough and just kept going.
Gotcha.